Do you think double entry is complicated? Are you confused when it comes to posting to your ledgers? Well, look no further. Welcome to Double Entry Simplified Part 2. I am Akita Skinner Howard, accountant and head educator at the Accounting Academy. And today I'll show you how to post your sales book. This principle/secret can work for many other books of original entry. So stay to the end. Let me know if you understand and then apply this principle to the other books of original entry. Are you ready? All right. So double entry in step 3 of the accounting cycle could look different from what you are accustomed to, and that causes a lot of confusion. If you look at the accounting cycle I have here, you see we have step 1, step 2, step 3, which says post in the ledger. This is where you do a double entry. However, a lot of persons are accustomed to questions like what you see on the top right of my screen, and then they are given more advanced questions and they are confused. So let's look at the question on the right before we go into some more advanced questions. Okay, so the question says, on August 10th, John sold $1,000 worth of goods to Zessa Stores Limited on credit. What is the double entry for this transaction? So you probably say, Miss Beth, I can't do that. That's like simple. All right, so let's do it. So you open up your accounts. You have your Zessa Stores Limited. You're going to record a sale. So you also open up your sales account. Then you debit Zessa Stores Limited $1,000, and you also credit your sales account with the $1,000. Now this is simple, this is easy. You guys get this. And I understand why a lot of students have problems understanding anything more advanced than this, because a lot of teachers just tell you what to do and they don't tell you how or why you should do it. So we're going to look at that today. And the best way to thank us is to share this video. Of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a comment below or to connect with us on IG. Alright, so if you find this video is a good video, that is how you can thank us. We're going to be really happy if you do any one of those things. Subscribe, like, comment, share. So students are really comfortable with doing double entry like this. However, if you are hit with a one marker like this, where is the total of the sales book posted? Is it going to be posted in your sales ledger, your general ledger, your purchases ledger, or your general journal? A lot of students freeze at this point. They have no idea. They are like, what? They have no idea what to do here because the foundation is what is missing. Or if you see somebody do something like this, they post these 3 entries from the sales book. So the sales book is on the top left hand. They post these 3 entries to 3 different accounts in the sales ledger, and then they post the total, which is the $3,900, to the general ledger. A lot of students, when they see that, they are like, oh my gosh, I am confused as ever. And I understand why. So I'm going to show you what should be done. All right. When it comes to posting your sales book, each entry goes to the particular account in the sales ledger, and the total goes to the sales account, which is found in the general ledger. So this $950 is going to be posted in the sales ledger in an XYZ Limited T account. This $2,120 is going to be posted in a Zessa Stores Limited account in the sales ledger. And likewise, the $850 is going to be posted in M&A Supplies account in the sales ledger. Right? People have no problem doing this debit. But when it comes to the credit, that is where they get confused. And the correct thing to do is to credit this $3,900, which is the total sales. And you see my cursor moving on the screen. Credit your sales account with the $3,900, which is the total sales. So instead of 6 entries, you do 4 entries. But how is that double entry, right? I can hear you saying that if you don't understand. How is that double entry? Don't I have to make a credit for every debit? Yes, you should. And when you do post this 3,900 to your sales account in the general ledger, you are making a credit for every entry. Let's look at what you are accustomed to. Let's go through this. Pull out your magnifying glass and let's look at this in a little bit more detail. Normally, all right, when we post XYZ Limited to account number, when we post in 950 to XYZ Limited in our sales ledger, so in our sales ledger, we have a number of accounts. Likewise, in our general ledger, we have a number of accounts. All right, so I just pulled three accounts from my sales ledger. All right, so we debit 950 XYZ Limited. A lot of students expect to also see a credit for 950. And then, okay, they expect you to debit the 2120. And then they also expect you to credit the 2120. So I'm changing the color of the entries to blue so that you can find it easy on the screen. All right, and then they expect you to take this 830, make a debit entry for it, and then also come and make a credit entry, which is not bad, but it also shows that you are not fully understanding double entry. Because imagine if you have 100 entries in your sales book, you'd have to make 100 debits and 100 credits, right? So you're going to have to make 200 entries. When you can make your 100 debit entries and make one credit entry, because why? All the credit entries are going to the same place. So instead of making 100 credit entries, you can make one credit entry for the total of each entry. Right? So instead of doing this, where you have 3 entries in your sales account and 3 entries in your sales ledger under the relevant customer accounts, you have to put your debits, your different debits, so you must debit each account because they are different accounts. But then you could make one credit in your sales account. It's going to help you save time and it's going to show that you understand. All right, so just to recap, post each entry to the relevant customer's account in your sales ledger, and then take your total and post that to your sales account in your general ledger. And if you are looking on closely, you would realize that 3,900 was debited in the sales ledger and 3,900 was credited in the general ledger or in the sales account. And that is what you want when it comes to double entry. You want the total debits to be equal to the total credits. So you don't have to necessarily make credit for every debit. What is important is that the debit equals the credit, right? So look at the video again. Make sure you understand what I said when it comes to reducing the amount of entries that you make. Instead of posting 200 entries, you can post 101 entries. In real life, that's going to come in very handy. If you have tons of entries to make, you do not want to be doing a whole lot of debits and a whole lot of credits. You can make one credit because all of these entries have to be credited to the same place. You see, sales account number 5, XYZ is there, Zesta Store is there, M&H is there. Okay, so let me know if this video was good, if you understood how to post the sales book. Feel free to email us at learn@taa@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at the Accounting Academy, find us on Instagram at the Accounting Academy, and you can also WhatsApp us at our business account at the number on the screen there. Oh yeah, and you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share if this video was good.